Welcome into another live evening of high school AAU basketball at the Athletico Center in Northbrook, the second straight evening of our Fundamental University Showcase, this time featuring the incoming junior class of 2022. We call them 16U. So you're going to see 16U black against 16U white live from Northbrook. Again, I'm Andrew Braverman, general manager of the Athletico Center, a 100,000 square foot venue located just very conveniently between 294 and 94 in Northbrook. If you haven't been to our facility, please come on by. Stay safe and healthy, of course, but please come on by. And for those looking into future events, we can do it all. Nearly NFL-sized football field, a field turf, 5 basketball courts in here, team meeting room, private patio, a lot going on. So you're going to see some of my staff walking around here as you get set for this live action between 16U black and 16U white. They're tearing down volleyball from our volleyball partners, Wildcat Juniors, one of the biggest clubs in the Midwest, getting ready for basketball practices to carry us through into the evening. And then tomorrow we're live with the Chicago Summer Jam. And as it stands right now, both Fundamental U 17U black and Fundamental U 16U black, as it stands right now, are scheduled to be in action against the Mac Irvin Fire tomorrow afternoon. All of those games can be caught live on Baller TV. Those that joined us yesterday saw some very, very interesting action from the Fundamental U 17U crop of kids. Now, what do we have in that crop of kids? Let's start with the 17U white squad. They won the first one yesterday, fell in the last two. However, they showed up and they played their hearts out. Really strong team basketball, despite not a lot of opportunity to learn how to play as a team just yet. Andrew Wagner, incoming senior at Hersey High School, and his high school teammate, Ben Randall, both on display yesterday for 17U white, did an excellent job. 17U black, a little bit too overpowering. The likes of Blake Peters, Chris Mantis, Kyle Ross, and the gang. 8 players on the roster yesterday getting things done, and nothing more impressive than what they did in our second game of the night. Just an absolute dominant performance taking care of 17U white in the process. Mantis doing it above the rim, below the rim, in transition. A really nice chemistry forming with that 17U black squad. And keep in mind, despite a couple of these kids coming in from Indiana, and a kid like Ethan Roberts came out of the lower Midwest, we'll say, the Tennessee area, Memphis, the chemistry being formed on the floor with Kamari Wilson running the floor, Jake Wolf, Justin Lazinski also in the mix. Very, very impressive for that 17U black squad, just up and down the roster. 17U white, Wagner, Randall, Garrett Burden, and Jarrett Straight-Lutzow, both out of the Rockford area. Glenbard West, Aiden Murphy. We also had Jacob Toth and Alex Freiberger, 6'8", at North Shore Country Day. Very solid finishing inside for Freiberger yesterday, especially off of quick give and goes from Wagner. Now, who are you going to see tonight as we focus in on 16U black? Black uniforms, white number, white trim. Keep an eye on what's going on here with number 61 on top. That's Bryce Moore, 6'4", out of Carmel Catholic. Super athletic two-sport star, plays in the defensive backfield for the Corsairs, and also a varsity basketball starter. That's a kid that can finish well above the rim, has really worked on his outside shot as of late, has the speed, and what you see in Bryce, especially from the football side of things, is his overall length and the amount of ground he covers. Someone like that is extremely impressive in a full court situation, well off the press. So you're going to see Bryce Moore in action tonight. Who else is joining him on that 16U black squad? Running the point, Yogi Olaf out of Niles North. Very, very sharp shooting point guard that has had a ton of talent around him since he entered high school. This will be his 3rd varsity season, playing with the likes of Aquan Smart, Jalen Butler, who you saw last night, and the likes. Damari Franklin. I mean, this was a loaded team that he came into as a freshman and now taking over the program as one of the leaders. Very impressive for the youngster. You'll see him in orange shorts tonight running the point for 16U black. Also joining him, David Geezer out of the western suburbs. We talked about Bryce Moore. Big Nate Bolt, number 89 inside, 6'8", can do things that a lot of other 16-year-olds cannot do. Watch him get nearly his elbow above the rim. He can step out and shoot the three, so don't be fooled by his size. Nate Bolt out of Barrington. Chase Bonder, 6'4", strong build from Libertyville. You'll see in action tonight. Rounding out that 16U Black squad from Stevenson, it's Jamie Qualley, the redhead, red undershirt, so you can't miss Qualley, and you can't leave Qualley open even for a second. Like you saw yesterday in Blake Peters, Qualley with unlimited range, a very quick trigger, and a quite reliable shot. This 16U Black Squad is going to be coached by Christian Sotos. Later on, we're going to hear from Christian's brother, the famous Jimmy Sotos. And of course, we say famous very loosely. Jimmy transferring from Bucknell. He'll sit out this year, but he has committed to Ohio State. Yes, that's correct. The Buckeyes at Ohio State. For 16U White, Ben Amer, Ben Reigel, Orlando Thomas, Asa Thomas, no relation, Cooper Stacy, Big Jack Tully, and Noah Shannon out of New Trier. So we're going to bring you live action all night. Ben Amer, you're going to see with the white jersey on. He's playing to... Well, he's going to be playing all day. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got one guy sitting right now, so we have to make sure that we have the correct numbers. 2 are going to step out, pardon me. So on the floor to start the game right now for 16U White. On the far side is Asa Thomas. Asa Thomas, the incoming sophomore, wearing number 65. Near side 74 is Noah Shannon out of New Trier. Orlando Thomas, wearing number 23. Cooper Stacy, number 48. And getting set to jump is Ben Reigel. Reigel, one of the tallest ones out there. I think it looks from this standpoint that Bolt's got him by maybe an inch or two. We'll give Bolt 6'8". We'll give Ben 6'6". Ball is up and in the air. It's tipped around, and somehow it falls into the hands of 16U Black, and Yogi Olaf will control as we get started live on YouTube tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. Coaching that 16U White squad, none other than two-time D2 All-American out of UMass Lowell, Stacy Moraney. Evanston, great. Also a good friend of mine. Here's Ponder on top. Bonder goes to Olaf. Olaf near side Bolt. Bolt trying to hit Bonder backdoor. It's tipped away, and Orlando Thomas will corral for 16U White. Nearly has it ripped. Looks like it's going to go off the knee of David Geezer, and out of bounds. It'll be 16U White basketball. Asa Thomas back to Orlando Thomas to control. Here's Orlando Thomas working right to left. Enters high side to Reigel. Reigel, now Shannon with it right side. Back inside to Reigel. Asa Thomas open for three. Shot fake, step to the left. Asa Thomas on the board first for 16U White with the triple. That's what Thomas can do. Recently rated as one of the top 150 players in the country, according to Prep Hoops. Big time season for the 6'4 sophomore. Olaf, left hand, crosses back right, goes Geezer. Geezer can hoist from long range. Geezer off the rim, no good. Reigel with the rebound. He'll go to Thomas, bring it up the floor for White. Asa Thomas transition three on the way long. Rebound Yogi Olaf, and here we've got a 3-on-2. Olaf Bonder left side now. Bonder wraps, goes to Geezer. Nearly tipped away by Stacy, and there's Bryce Moore's first touch. Olaf shot fake corner, Bolt a three. That one's well long. Thomas with the rebound. Asa Thomas back the other way. Goes on top. Orlando Thomas right-hand dribble. Now down low. Reigel baseline jumper. The follow away good. Ben Reigel with the early 2. 5-0 16U White. Here's Olaf. Now Bolt steps out. Near side Moore. Moore working on Stacy. Former AAU teammates. This time Bryce Moore will take it to the rack and he'll draw the foul. We are going to keep a running clock, and we're going to go ahead and shoot two. Bryce Moore, that one's long, no good. He'll shoot one more. It's a 5-0 start for 16U White. 16U Black scoreless currently. One more on the way. Bryce Moore looking for his first point and his team's first point of the night. Shot is up, and that one's good. 16U Black is on the board. It's 5-1. White the other way, right to left on your screen. Shot up, blocked away, Yogi Olaf, and we're going to have a foul called here. They're going to say it's out of bounds. It'll stay with 16U White. Inbound pass, Stacy on top to Shannon. Shannon with the right-hand dribble. Ball is tipped by Geezer, and there's Moore making an impact on defense. He'll lead the transition the other way, looking for Geezer, but it's stolen by Thomas. Still 5-1. Orlando Thomas, the lefty. Three is on the way. Orlando Thomas, good from downtown. 8-1, 16U White. Olaf to Bolt. Now Geezer right side. Thomas went for the steal. Now White is down numbers. Bonder for three, leaves it short. And Rigel. One of these days I'm going to get it right. Ben Rigel skies for the rebound. Orlando Thomas slow the other way. Now Asa Thomas right wing. Screen from Rigel. Thomas with the left-hand dribble stops at the free throw line and finds Cooper. Stacy, who will hoist from long range off the board, no. And Bolt with the rebound. Now keep in mind 16U Black is down a couple players tonight, so we're scrambling a bit. We'll fill you in a little bit later. Yogi Olaf, the layup right hand, good through the lane. 8-3. The likes of Nick Martinelli out of Glenbrook South, Blake Lidskin, Glenbrook North, not in attendance this evening. So we will focus on who is here. And for the first time tonight, we have substitutions on both sides as Jamie Qualley and Rashawn Boss check into the game for 16U Black. For 16U White, it's Jack Tully and Ben Ammer replacing Orlando Thomas and Ben Rigel. Olaf left to right on your screen. His team trailing by 5. 5 minutes off the clock here. Beautiful no look inside to Bolt. Bucket in the harm. Give the assist to Yogi and give 2 to the big man, Nate Bolt, number 89 inside out of Barrington. First touch from Bolt. Draws his team into a single possession game. Can cut the deficit to 2 on a made free throw. Shot up, no good. Rebound Asa Thomas. So Jamie Qualley checks into the game. He'll step on to the court to face off against Thomas. Those two playing in the same conference, Lake Forest and Stevenson. Ammer out of Huntley goes to Thomas left side. Now Thomas with the baseline dribble up off the board, blocked away by Bolt, but a foul called on Nate Bolt as Asa Thomas drives to the lane. He'll head to the line for a pair. Big 6'4" frame for Asa Thomas, known as a shooter, and I can tell you why. Just looking at his tape from the year before, you'll know exactly what this kid does with the basketball, and he is lethal from all over the floor. Gets them both. 10-5, 16U White with the advantage. Yogi Olaf back the other way. Shannon draws a defense screen from Bolt. Olaf picks up, goes to Bonder left side. Now the first look at Evanston's Rashawn Boss. Looking for Bonder on the roll, sends it high and out of bounds. It'll be White basketball. Sub on the floor as Bryce Moore checks back in for 16U Black. He'll replace Bolt. We will see a third team in action tonight. So each team will play 2 games, all 20-minute running clock, and we'll introduce you to those guys when they step onto the floor. Rashawn Boss left side to Shannon. Noah Shannon. 3 from the right wing, back iron, tipped around. Tully back to Shannon. This one a 2. Can't catch it through the net. Catches front iron. Moore now to Olaf. Back to Moore up the floor. Stops. Rashawn Boss top. 3 ball on the way for Rashawn Boss on the way. Younger brother of Ryan Boss, another 4-year varsity player at Evanston. Rashawn, his first touch, and he makes it count. Nothing but net. Draws 16U Black within 2. It's 10-8. That one out of bounds. No touch there. Thomas wants it, won't get it. But it will be 16U Black basketball. Yogi Olaf, left-hand dribble. Crosses over, working on Shannon. Here's Qualley back to Olaf. Olaf just inside the circle, crosses Shannon, kicks right side. Boss now more. Quali a deep three. No. Shot fake drive. He'll wrap the pass and gets it to Olaf, who will step inside from 18, up and good. Yogi Olaf for 2, and we're tied at 10. Here's a great matchup. Asa Thomas working on Bryce Moore. Moore around the screen. Nice job by Shannon to free him. Olaf steps up. Now Tully steps up. Thomas with the right hand dribble. 3, top of the key, long, no good. Quali off the board. Shannon there for the garbage. Not good on the return. Tully, no. Rayshawn Boss comes away with it. One of the smallest kids on the floor with the rebound. Quickly over to Olaf, and here's the first 3 from Quali. It's good. Jamie Quali from downtown. Mentioned he's a shooter. He's showing you what he does every single time he can. Quali gives 16U Black its first lead of the game. Back the other way, it's Amr from downtown to answer. Can't get it. Shannon the rebound, foul on the shot. Yogi Olaf got on the wrist, so we will send Noah Shannon to the line, shooting 2. Shannon's first shot up and good. Rigel will check back into the game, replacing Cooper Stacy for 16U White. It looks like David Gieser has stepped back onto the floor out of Fenwick, replacing Yogi Olaf. Orlando Thomas set to check back into the game for 16 White. He'll get Noah Shannon, who drops them both. Brings this to within 1, 13-12 in favor of 16U Black. Now here's Bost. Boss inside Moore, left-hand dribble, caught up, no travel called, stolen away by Orlando Thomas, and a block in transition is the call against Gieser. Come next week when Gieser's roots grow back out from that bleach haircut, we won't know who he is, so keep in mind he is wearing number 75 tonight. That will change if this team ever really gets uniforms, but we don't know what the landscape is. Thomas draws double, can't get back up, timeout called by head coach Stacy Moraney with 9:55 to play in our first game of 3 this evening, live on YouTube. If you're chatting along or watching along with us, feel free to chat in with us. I'm not sure how you do it because I'm, well, not as technical as some of you, but it says we're live. It looks like we do have some people watching, which is fantastic. If you can type something in, go ahead. It says I can type, so I'm going to say hello to everyone watching at home. If you see that message, feel free to chime back in. 9:55 showing on the clock in our first game of 3 this evening. 16U Black with a 1-point advantage, 13-12 over 16U Whites. Orlando Thomas just in front of the broadcast table. We'll give it to Asa Thomas. Rayshawn Boss, well undersized, not backing down. Picks him up at half court, forces to pick up the dribble. Tully's there to help. Back to Thomas. Thomas with the left hand now. Inside, Rigel. Rigel over 2 off the board, no good. Rayshawn Boss with the rebound after Bonder tipped it free. Here's Boss looking to Quali on the kickback. Quali left hand to Gieser, stop and pop from 15. Pretty shot, couldn't connect. Orlando Thomas. Here's Asa Thomas, 3 on the way. Asa Thomas, nothing. And Quali in transition. Looking for Gieser, and we've got sloppy play on both sides. Bolt checking back into the game, as well as Noah Ryan. Bolt replacing Bonder. Jack Tully will sit down, replaced by, again, Noah Shannon, pardon me. Here's Orlando Thomas with it now. Still a 1-point ball game. Thomas, left-hand dribble, bumped outside. So we'll inbound the ball. Referees from last night, guess what? Did such a nice job that we brought him back. Say hello to Bryant Brown, who's just in front of your camera here. Waukegan great, and former Waukegan assistant coach Mike Springs, a very dear friend of mine. The lefty Orlando Thomas goes right side to Amr. Amr working on Quali. Beautiful cut from Shannon. It's knocked away by Gieser, and Quali finds Boss. That layup, good in the foul. Rashawn Boss for 2. Orlando Thomas a touch too close in transition. Bucket in the foul. Rashawn Boss going to the line for one. Boss completes the three-point play. Substitution in as Cooper Stacy checks back in. Now they're saying we're good. Stacy says play on, so we're going to play on. Thanks so much to, we assume, and I hope this is a fair assumption, the family of Nate Bolt saying hello and watching at home from their Barrington home. At least if my information is correct, it's a Barrington home. Thanks so much for joining us. Nate there with the double team as Deezer comes away with the steal. Trying to get it back to Bolt. It's blocked away by Rigel, but there's Bost again. Here's Bolt on the block, draws a double, steps through, tipped away. Rigel now, and someone maybe wants to hang on to the possession. Orlando Thomas will for 16U White. Stop and pop for three. Orlando Thomas not even thinking about it. Pulls 16U White back within one, 16-15 as Yogi Olaf gets set to check back in for 16U Black. Here's Geezer working on Thomas, rolls around the block with the left hand off the board and good. 18-15 three-point advantage for 16U Black. Cooper Stacy getting set to check back in for 16U White as well. Stacy, a rangy 6'4", 6'5" wing. Amr, deep three, left wing, rims out, rebound Bolt. Now Blaze Moore with it. Moore goes right side to Qualley. Deep three on the way. That one's long. Amr will control. He'll find Asa Thomas left side. Still a three-point ball game, 18-15. Orlando Thomas, right side, an open three on the way. Back iron, no good. Rebound corralled by Qualley. And here's Rayshawn Boss. Nate Bolt running the floor. Look at the big man. Finish in transition for two. Rayshawn Boss to Nate Bolt. Count it, 20-15. Back the other way. It looks like Rigel got caught up there. And they're going to call a foul underneath. So that'll give us a quick stoppage for substitutions as Stacy replaces Amr and Olaf in for Qualley. To be fair, I'm not exactly sure what the call was. I'm not sure anyone does, so we're just going to roll with it. We'll call it a redo because it's a scrimmage. So that's fine. It's a redo on the floor. Orlando Thomas for three. That one's long. Bryce Moore fighting for the rebound. He'll pull it away. It's a 4-on-1 for 16 Black. Lob inside to Moore. Rayshawn Boss. Bryce Moore for two. Stacy to Asa Thomas, right side wing. Here comes Rigel. Thomas with the left-hand dribble. Stops at the wing. Goes Cooper Stacy for three. That one's up and good. Cooper Stacy a triple. Brings them back within four with just under 6 to play. 22-18. Black with the lead and the ball. Here's Olaf. Quick handoff, Geezer. Geezer cut off by Thomas. Three on the way is short. Rigel to corral for 16U White. Now to Orlando Thomas. Thomas in-out dribble, goes back to the right, offhand, steps inside to his strong hand, left finish. Orlando Thomas cuts up the defense and puts it in for two. It's 22-20 in favor of 16 Black. Olaf, he's going to be called for a walk. Strong double team from Thomas and Thomas, Asa and Orlando respectively to cause a turnover. Chase Bonder, number 95, checking back into the game for 16 Black, replacing Rashawn Bost. Under 5 to play in our first game of 3 this evening. We'll have a whole new team stepping onto the floor next. Asa Thomas, long on the three. Yogi Olaf with the rebound. May have gotten away with steps as he brought it up the floor. Floater up from Olaf, no. Fights for his own rebound, will get it, but they say he stepped out of bounds. It'll be 16 White basketball following the turnover. No subs either side means we are going to play on. Orlando Thomas with the ball. Stay tuned. We'll again be joined by Mike Weinstein, founder of Fundamental University, in between games number 1 and number 2. 1-4 high set. Here's Rigel with it. Rigel Smart idea from Thomas to cut back door. Miscommunication between the two causes the turnover. 16 Black will bring it back the other way. Bolt back to Olaf. Olaf into the corner. Geezer baseline drive. Bolt open on top for three. Nate Bolt good. Downtown for big Nathan Bolt. 25-20. Thomas goes right side. High post action. Gorgeous pass inside from Rigel to Thomas. Thomas bumped on the shot by Moore. Asa Thomas to the line shooting 2. Gorgeous call from head coach Stacy Moraney. And if anyone knows basketball, man, is it Stacy. I had to compete against Stacy my entire childhood, and I don't think I ever came anywhere close to competing with the guy. Just a complete standout out of Evanston Township. And as we said earlier, a 2-time All-American at UMass Lowell and a former professional over in Europe as well. Thomas was long on the first. His team trails by 5. Second attempt up and good. 25-21 is your score. Bryce Moore will bring it the other way as we are under 3 to play in game number 1. Moore all the way right side with the drive. Someone needs to step in front of Bryce Moore if you want to contest anything. Just too strong, headed to the glass for 2. Asa Thomas gets the screen on top, stops at the wing, goes back to Stacy. He'll reverse to the right side. On top, Amr into the lane. Amr with a shot fake up over Qualley. He'll get it to fall. Ben Amr brings him back within 4, 2:20 to go. Bolt the other way from Olaf. That one's no good. Asa Thomas now right to left. Up to Cooper. Stacy, he'll shoot from long range. Cooper, Stacy, good for 3. 1-point ball game with 2 to go. Yogi Olaf now. Bolt back to Olaf at the circle near side. Olaf into the lane, goes to Bolt for 3. Nate Bolt long. Cooper Stacy with the chance for his 16U White squad to take the lead. Orlando Thomas. Ball's going to be kicked away by Nate Bolt. We will stop the clock for the last 2 minutes. Ball back in. Here's Ben Amr. Amr into the corner. Cooper Stacy. Under 1:30 to play. Here's Asa Thomas. Asa Thomas tried to give his team the lead. That one wouldn't connect. Qualley back to Olaf left side. Olaf stepping into a long-range 3. No good, but he gets his own rebound. Inside pass. Moore off the block. Reverses up over Stacy. Can't get the roll. 1 minute to go. Ben Amr now. Asa Thomas left side. 16U White with the ball trailing by 1. Here's Tully on the block. Tully over. Bonder short. Bonder gets the rebound. Under 1. Here comes Olaf. 50 to play. Bryce Moore in transition. Too easy. Olaf to Moore for 2. Still a 1-possession game. 29-26. Orlando Thomas will stop play as we have substitutions on the floor. It looks like Ben Rigel will head on. Looks like Noah Shannon stepping out for New Trier also. 42.5 seconds to play in our first game. Second game will feature 17U White, who you're seeing on your camera right now, going against 17U Gray. So we'll pause in between, let these guys get set up, let 17U Gray get warmed up. And as they get going, we'll be joined by Seth Pote from Chicagoland Prep Hoops. Has done a phenomenal job since starting his venture into sports media, specifically the nice job he's done covering the kids that I've personally coached and what he's continued to do for players throughout the Chicagoland area. We'll be joined by Seth in between and as we start game number 2, Chicagoland Prep Hoops. 42.5 seconds to go. We are back and live. 16U White down 3 with the ball. Orlando Thomas, Cooper Stacy, open 3 for the tie. That one's no good. Amr rebound. Shannon back to Stacy. Asa Thomas ties it for 3. Asa Thomas, 29-29. As it stands right now, 16 Black will keep the final possession. Here is Yogi Olaf. Timeout called by Christian Sotos and 16U Black with 15.2 seconds remaining on the clock in a 29-29 ball game. My name again, Andrew Braverman. I am the general manager here of the Athletico Center in Northbrook. We very much hope to see everyone here soon, but most importantly, take care of yourselves. Stay safe, stay healthy above all. Times are absolutely crazy here. We are certainly expecting to have a tournament this weekend, but we just want to ensure everyone stays as safe and healthy as possible. For those wanting to get ahead of the action, take a look at Shyland Prep Hoops on Twitter. Follow Chicagoland Prep Hoops there and check out their website as well. Seth Pote joining us in between game number 1 and game number 2. 16U Black basketball. Rashawn Bost inbound. Bost, Olaf, Bonder, Geezer, and more. Shannon, Amer, Thomas, and Stacy for White. Here's Geezer, now to Olaf. At the circle, Moore left side, working on Cooper Stacy. Moore may have gotten away with a walk. Geezer right side. Olaf has it. 4 seconds to go. Olaf, a deep three, no. Rashawn Bost tipped up. Geezer for the win. That one's no good. Looks like we're going to end this one in a tie, ladies and gentlemen. Not my call, not my program. 29-29. Coach Weinstein says, move them along. This one's ending in a tie. We're going to take a break here live on YouTube. We'll keep the camera running. We'll take a break on the mic, make sure Seth is set up, and that we have everyone ready to go with 16U Gray in a matter of 2 minutes. So stick around. We're coming back to you live in just a matter of minutes here on YouTube. Thanks for following. Howard, thank you for having an easy name. Ethan Baydorf. Baydorf is correct? Baydorf. Yes, thank you. Addison Petrulius. Got it. School? Whitney. Daniel Hall. School. Yes, sir. First tie in Athletico history. Make sure you mention that. Number 1 on my radar. No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm fine. All right, guys, we're ready. Slide closer. We're just going to pass it back and forth. Okay. Quickly back into live action at the Athletico Center. Andrew Braverman now joined by Seth Pote from Chicagoland Prep Hoops as 16U White takes an early 2-0 lead on 16U Gray. Noah Shannon with the first basket of the game. We'll introduce you to 16U Gray in just one moment. Seth, good to see you again. How you been?
Good. Thanks for having me, Andrew.
Hey, thanks so much for being here. Chicagoland Prep Hoops really got a heck of a start on Twitter, and then what you've been able to do with your website since. Talk about your success and your roots getting started before we break down what you are seeing and who you are here to see.
Yeah, so I started in 2016, fresh out of high school, started my own website. By 2017, I was NCAA certified, and having schools subscribe to my service. It's really nice. This word of mouth and getting out there and meeting people and building year by year. And now we're here in year 4, and I'm real excited about where I'm going with it.
And are you still doing this as a one-man band? Because I know it started as a small venture. Talk about where you are now.
Yeah, no. So I'm still, by myself. I'm a college student working my way through college. And my plan is to just keep building it and keeping the CPH brand alive and well.
You've come out tonight to watch 16U black against white against gray. A couple name players we talked about earlier, Nicky Martinelli out of Glenbrook South, Blake Lidskin, Glenbrook North, Cooper Nord, Glenbrook South, not in attendance tonight, but plenty of talent on display. We'll talk about the 16U black squad who just got done. What are you seeing out of guys like Yogi Olaf and Bryce Moore, two favorites for many writers around the area?
Oh, yeah, two kids that might not be as well known, but they will be pretty well known come this winter. Bryce is super active, 6'4", 6'5", slashing wing, heck of a player for Carmel. Yogi just does it all as a point guard for Niles North. If you want it, Yogi's got it.
Also, who had a really nice showing in the game just now was Nate Bolt out of Barrington. 6'9", but the ability to step back and shoot the three. His versatility is certainly going to help the Broncos.
Oh, for sure. Nate's getting better, getting slimmer every time I see him. He's currently a top 10 prospect in the class of 2022. As a 6'8" power forward, the sky's the limit for him. If you see him in a workout, you'll see what's coming down the line in 2 years from now.
When you put someone like Nick Martinelli next to Nate Bolt, you have a pretty scary front court for just a 16U team.
Definitely. 6'7", 6'8", and athleticism. You don't get that very often.
Yesterday when we saw 17U black and 17U white, I know you weren't in attendance, but there were so many talents on display last night. Specifically, a couple guys out of the Indiana region. We'll leave them out of the equation for just now and talk about the guys we see here from the state of Illinois. And wow, Kamari Wilson yesterday, very, very solid job. Also inside Big Danny Wolf, the 17Us from all over coming to play for Fundamental U. But that 17U black squad loaded, especially with Blake Peters leading the way.
Oh, yeah, Blake Peters, Princeton commit. Has been down to Peoria 2 out of his first 3 years in high school. Might have been 3 in a row if we hadn't had the pandemic. But Kamari Wilson, one of the more underrated point guards in the state, 4 Division I offers, and he's a quality mid-major point guard. So really, that 17U black team, even with the 2 Indiana kids, they're loaded top to bottom at all 5 positions.
We also want to mention Ethan Roberts out of Hersey and his teammates Andrew Wagner and Ben Randall, who both played really strong last night for 17U white. Hersey, a team that will certainly contend for a Mid-Suburban East championship this year.
Yeah, Ethan Roberts is the best player nobody knows about. Transferred in from Tennessee last year. Played a lot, but, struggled with some injuries. But 6'5" point guard can do it all. Ben Randall's a 6'7", jump out the gym sleeper that nobody really knows yet. Roberts and Randall are going to catch some people slipping in MSL this year.
So here we see for 16U white, Cooper Stacy from Warren Township. Here inside, Ben Rigel with a quick 2, 6'7", almost 6'8" for St. Viator, who just announced their new head coach, Michael O'Keefe, who makes the jump from Wheeling. Viator, however, when you look at Viator on paper, it may be a step down from what they're used to seeing over the past couple years. No Jay Hernandez, no Connor Kuchera, Mike Heaney from last year. Of course, Trey Calvin, their point guard from 2 years ago at Wright State. So much firepower. Quinn Hayes leaves, goes to Glenbrook North, and now Michael O'Keefe comes back in. The coaching changes around the area have been plentiful.
Yeah, very much so. Quinn Hayes, really good coach. They're going to miss him, but I think Coach O'Keefe's going to come in, step right in, and he might not have the mid-major talent they've had the last couple of years, but they got a sound group, and Rigel's going to look to establish himself as a player this year.
Seth, I want to make sure you get the proper plugs for Chicagoland Prep Hoops. So tell us how we can find all of your information and where we'll be able to see any kind of a write-up or follow-up from our 16U Intersquad scrimmage here from Fundamental U.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. It's Chicagoland Prep Hoops. The tag is at Shyland Prep Hoops. That's CHI Land Prep Hoop. My website's www.chicagolandprephoops. And there'll be a full write-up coming some point at this weekend, depending on how this tournament goes.
Seth Poach, Chicagoland Prep Hoops, thanks so much for covering the kids I've worked with in the past. Thanks so much for coming out and joining us tonight as well.
Thanks for having me, Andrew.
Make sure you check out Chicagoland Prep Hoops as Jack Tully brings 16U white back within 1. 16U gray with a 10-9 lead. They are wearing the black uniforms as you are watching live on YouTube. We'll make sure we introduce you to everyone as we get going here. Jackson Antonov wearing number 43. Antonov out of Francis Parker will inbound the basketball for 16 Gray as they make a quick substitution. Antonov coming out of the game. He'll be replaced by Akash Veravalli. Veravalli, an incoming junior at Fremd in Palatine. Another strong MSL program, Fremd and Coach Bob Widlowski. Into the corner is Daniel Hong, recently transferred from Conant to Barrington. Veravalli inside, he'll get bumped. Tully with the foul. It'll stay with 16U Black. Also onto the floor out of Loyola's number 42, Shane Tarjan. And wearing number 50 is Addison Petrulis from Whitney Young. Ball is lobbed out. Veravalli has it. Now Hong left side guarded by Shannon. 10-9 lead, Black or Gray with the lead. They are wearing the black uniforms. Quick stoppage of play. Let's not forget Carlo Kolak out of New Trier wearing number 73. He'll inbound for 16U Gray. Gray basketball. Here's Petrulis. Petrulis crosses up Eimer. Now back behind his back with 13 to play in a 10-9 ball game. Again, thanks to Seth Pote from Chicagoland Prep Hoops. Kolak to Hong. Hong with the left-hand dribble. Step back from Daniel Hong. Good for two. And 16 Gray leads 12-9. 16 Gray coached by none other than the third of four Sotos brothers. That's Danny Sotos. Had an excellent playing career at Conant High School and as well for my good friend Kenny Davis at Lake Forest College. Hong in transition, wasting no time, cutting all the way to the basket for two. Daniel Hong makes it 14-9 in favor of 16 Gray. Ethan Badorf getting set to check back in for Stevenson. You saw him take a tumble earlier. He seems to be okay. Strong body junior out of Stevenson. Orlando Thomas playing catch with himself there. Gets it back. Now right side Amer, back Thomas. Thomas through the lane. Fancy left-handed finish. Good. 14-11 ball game as we near the 12-minute mark. Daniel Hong with speed, back up the floor. Kicks into the corner. Kolak a deep three, no good. Orlando Thomas back the other way. In transition, finds Cooper Stacy, trying to spin on Hong. Lost it off his right foot. Veravalli now. He'll pull the ball out. Shannon on defense. Now right side Tarjan. Tarjan working on Stacy. Tarjan goes to Kolak. Kolak working around Tully with the right hand. Kolak good. It's Carlo Kolak for two. 16-11 ball game as Amer brings it up the floor right to left on your screen. Sloppy play, ball out of bounds, and substitutions on all sides. Rigel and Asa Thomas into the game, replacing Cooper Stacy and Jack Tully. Also checking in for the first time tonight out of Warren, number 24, Howard Mullen. Mullen and Badorf into the game, replacing Hong and Veravalli. Asa Thomas, left-hand dribble. 15-footer long. Badorf with the big rebound, and he'll give it up to Antonov. Pardon me, Antono. Antono into the corner. Now Tarjan with the left-hand dribble. Tarjan, Badorf, corner three on the way. That one's long. Rebound Orlando Thomas. And no one seems like they want to stop Orlando Thomas. So this kid gets the ball, goes coast to coast, and no one wants to put a body in front. Easy two for the lefty. Tarjan now right corner. On top with it with the left hand is Petrulis. Now into Antono, left corner. Antono to Mullen. Mullen with Thomas on him, left side. Goes with it, draws the switch. Now on top, Amer with the steal in transition. Right hand layup is good. Ben Amer for two. And just like that, 16 White is back within one. It is 16-15. Antono. Fancy inside-out dribble, can't finish. Asa Thomas on the floor, and 16 White wants to run. Orlando Thomas left corner. Asa Thomas into the lane, spins around Mullen, wraps it behind the back to Rigel, but he's out of bounds. No, they're going to call Rigel for three in the lane. Turnover and back to 16 Gray. Substitution on the floor. Cooper Stacy checks in, replacing Orlando Thomas. Antonov across the timeline. Retreat dribble as he draws double team. Petrulis now left side. Petrulis kicks corner. Mullen a three on the way. Mullen leaves it short. Rebound Cooper Stacy. Stacy up the floor to Asa Thomas. The incoming sophomore three is good. Asa Thomas for three. 16 White with its first lead of the ball game. Pardon me, make it second lead of the ball game as they led early 2-0. Antonow through the lane, gets caught, but a foul called by Mike Springs on top. Foul's going to be called on the pass. So Petrulis, no, it's going to be Mullen inbounding the basketball for 16 Gray. Petrulis in the corner, goes on top, Antonow. Antonow around Shannon to the free throw line, stop and pop, that one no good, Rigel, big rebound. Very excited for this young man, Mr. Rigel, to play for my friend Michael O'Keefe. He did a great job at his time at Wheeling. Noah Shannon short on the three. Mullen gets the rebound. Mullen with numbers goes inside. Beautiful pass. Baydorf can't finish, and Baydorf gets hit coming down hard. He'll pop back up. Hope he's okay. Asa Thomas, the other side for 16 White. And it's a 4-point swing, now 20-16 in favor of 16 White. Petrulis can't hit. Antonow, a beautiful follow, brings 17 Gray back within a bucket, 2018. Amr gets caught up on the double team. Now Cooper Stacy goes left side. Rims out, no good. Asa Thomas and Rigel fighting forward, and it's been Rigel. Bucket in the foul. The 6'7" big will go to the line looking to complete the three-point play. Strong job on the offensive glass for Big Red. Orlando Thomas out of Rolling Meadows checking back into the game. There's a team you got to watch out for this year. Rolling Meadows, my gosh. Might have heard of a kid who just committed to Michigan State. His name's Max Christie. Not too shabby of a basketball player leading the way. 4-point ball game, 22-18. Mullen going to Baydorf inside. It's out of bounds. They're going to say no touch. It'll be 16 White moving right to left on your screen. Here's Thomas, offhand, now uses the strong hand, loses it off the foot, and Kolak will take it the other way. Kolak to Antonow. Hong and Veravalli set the check back in. Petrulis now left side. Corner, no, make that the wing. Mullen long on the three, and Thomas has the board. Thomas, in a smart manner, will slow it up and walk up the floor. Right-hand dribble, inside looking for Rigel, can't handle the pass. It's out of bounds. 16 Gray will bring it left to right. Hong and Veravalli replacing Petrulis and Mullen for 16 Gray and Coach Danny Sotos. Antonow with the dribble, gets across the timeline, goes to the corner. Veravalli has it now. Up top, Kolak working on Thomas. Kolak back with the right hand. Inside the lane, Kolak up and good. Carlo Kolak for two. 22-20 ball game, 5:30 to play in game 2 of 3. Rigel goes to Cooper Stacy, who thought about the three. Tries to get inside on Baydorf. Instead will go on top. Orlando Thomas slashes through left hand, good. Orlando Thomas, undersized, doesn't stop him. Makes it 24-20 in favor of White. Antonow cross dribble, gets it back. Kicks to the corner. Kolak open for three. Got it. Carlo Kolak for three. Kolak out of New Trier Township High. You know Thomas wants to answer. There it is on the way. Catches front iron, hits the backboard, and bounces to Baydorf. Ethan Baydorf, a handoff to Antonow. Antonow 1-on-3. That one's going to be called a travel. And subs coming in for 16 White include Noah Shannon, along with Big Jack Tully. Taking a seat is Amr and Rigel for 16 White and head coach Stacy Moraney. Again, if you're watching us live on YouTube, make sure you stick around. We've got one more for you. And please join us again Give us a quick chat, say hello, follow along on all the Fundamental University's social media platforms. They have Twitter, Instagram, now on YouTube. Make sure you also check out the Athletico Center, where we are tonight and throughout the weekend with the Chicago Summer Jam live on Baller TV. Noah Shannon with the teardrop makes it a 3-point game, 26-23. Antonell the other way. On top, Baydorf. Baydorf spins around Tully. Nice move inside from Baydorf, but a wild shot won't go. Here comes Orlando Thomas. Wraparound dribble, right hand, working on Hong, and he'll draw the foul. A little bit of antics for Orlando Thomas, but enough to draw the foul. He'll head to the line shooting 2 as we tick under 3:30 to play in game 2 of 3 here tonight at Athletico. Our final game will feature 16U Black against 16U Gray. So the folks that you saw in our first game will head back onto the floor. Before that one's done, Tarjan and Mullen come in to replace Baydorf and Veravalli. 4-point ball game in favor of 16 White, who trailed early. Orlando Thomas gets them both, make it a 28-23 game. Here's Hong going around Thomas. Hong with plenty of speed inside, and they're going to call it on the shot. So Daniel Hong will go to the line, looking to make this a one-possession game, under 2:40 to play. So we will stop the clock with under a minute, as we did in the first game. And then we'll welcome back on 16U Black, and we will be joined by Mike Weinstein at some point this evening. Hong, first shot up and good. Was at Conant High School last year as a sophomore. Will head to Barrington, where he'll team up with big Nate Bolt. Hong long on the second. Rebound Cooper Stacy, nearly tipped away from Antonell. Left side, Asa Thomas. He'll get the screen from Jack Tully. Thomas looking for Tully. Tully over Moore, can't finish. Ball is loose. Tully there, can't finish again, but he will draw the foul. Jack Tully to the line. He'll shoot 2. Tully saw action last year, both on the sophomore and varsity side for Evanston Township and Mike Ellis. Someone that head coach Stacy Moraney knows very, very well. Has watched this kid literally grow up, and by up I mean to 6'7". Can't connect on the first, second shot on the way, short. That one's going to be tipped out of bounds, and they're going to call it 16 White basketball as we near the 1-minute mark in a 4-point ball game. Cooper Stacy, now Asa Thomas. He draws Antonell out of Francis Parker in the city. Thomas, 3 on the way, left wing. Man, is that pretty. Asa Thomas makes it a 7-point ball game, 31-24. Antonell the other way, and a carry will be called by referee Bryant Brown, a Division II player from the University of Tampa in Florida. Ben Amer checking into the game. He'll replace Jack Tully, and he'll inbound the ball. 46 seconds to go on the clock. 16U White with a 31-24 advantage. Orlando Thomas has the ball, working on Mullen. Thomas stops. Very, very smooth play this evening from Orlando Thomas. Has been extremely fun to watch. Getting pressure from Mullen, trying to get rid of it, and finds Amer all the way on the right side. Now Amer back near side. Thomas inside dribble, gets it to Cooper Stacy. He'll retreat. 20 seconds to play. It's going to be 16 White with the victory here. It's just a matter of what the final margin will be. Shannon, triple team, trying to get free and gets free. Asa Thomas, Amer left hand up and good. And that's the way this one is going to end, barring a last-second shot from Antonell. We'll count it if it goes. It's long, and your final 33-24 in favor of 16 White. 16 White with the win in game number 2. Now we're going to see 16 Gray against 16 Black for our final game of the evening. We'll turn the mic off and bring you back in when we are live in our final game of the night. Andrew Braverman, live from the Athletico Center in Northbrook. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Make sure you stick around.
Great to sell the program. Great, that's what we needed. Hey, love having you, buddy. Hey, and like Cooper said, you guys keep coming in the league. I don't do that crap. It's stuff I end the world too. Like we're just trying. Has he contacted you yet? Yeah, we have Wolves Sunday. Starting Sunday. Where? Yorkville Christian High School. Where? Yorkville Christian. I was gonna say you do it in my place. If you're not in my place, all right. Yeah, but I'm good. Whatever your dad knows, like too. We're just fucking home. Thank you very much. Love you, buddy. Thank you.
Welcome back into the Athletico Center for game 3 of 3. We are set to tip off 16U Black, and the black jerseys will go against 16U Gray, who you just saw on the floor. They have flipped to the white jerseys, so we are not confused. 16 Black is in black, 16 Gray in white. And here is Jackson Antonow for white, bringing the ball, or Gray, up the floor. 20 more minutes on the clock. We're going to let this one run through. So thanks for joining us for our final 20 minutes tonight. And if you've been with us for both nights, we greatly appreciate you. For the record, we appreciate everyone who wasn't with us, but we appreciate those who did join a little bit more. That's fair, right? Daniel Hong with the ball, right dribble. Goes left side. Baydorf now working on Bolt. Baydorf trying to find Hong. It's blocked away from Geezer, but Hong does find a way to get it back. Kolak now. Kolak near side to Antonow. Antonow working on Moore right side. Gets the baseline. Hangs. His pass intercepted from Yogi Olaf. Yogi Olaf called for the double dribble. Tried to spin away from some trouble Mike Springs calls him for steps, and it'll be 16 Gray basketball moving left to right on your screen. Not only do we have 16 Black against 16 Gray, we've got Sotos against Sotos. We've got Christian to my right and Danny to my left. Family mutiny live in Northbrook. Antonow, left-hand dribble. Baydorf now. Baydorf, nice job inside. Not sure what the second step was for, but beautiful to start. Wild at the end. Olaf the other way from Bonder, and Olaf on the board for two. Makes it 2-0 to start. Here's Kolak now. Carlo Kolak for New Trier. And 16 Gray looking for Hong. This time the jump. Turnover, 16 Black, right to left. Olaf, Bonder, Moore, Geezer, and Bolt for 16 Black. For 16 Gray, Mullen, Antonow, Hong, Baydorf, and Kolak. Olaf with it right side as Bolt steps out. Bolt with that type of range. We heard about him being a top 10 prospect from Seth Poach, Chicagoland Prep Hoops. So Nate Bolt, someone to keep an eye on this season. Nice pass inside. Mullen to Kolak, and 16 Gray is on the board. We're tied at 2. Bonder left side. Bonder 6'4" out of Libertyville. Here's Fenwick's David Geezer back to Bonder. Now Olaf, Niles North, got away with steps on top. We won't tell him though. Geezer corner 3 on the way long, pushing the back from Nate Bolt. As Baydorf had position, it'll go back to the other side. Here comes Hong. He'll stop just inside the circle. Geezer picks up the defensive attention. Horn set. Baydorf with the screen as Hong chooses the left side. Now on top, Kolak. Quick shot fake for 3. Instead goes to Mullen. Mullen near side. Antonow. He'll hoist from long range. Jackson Antonow, no. Bonder high for the rebound. Olaf in transition with the left hand. Bryce Moore, left wing. Bryce Moore attacks baseline, blocked away by Baydorf, but there's Bolt for the putback for 2. Strong drive from Bryce Moore. Bolt, right man, right time to finish. Antonow, again, right corner, this one long. So 0 for 2 in the last 2 trips, and the other way, Bolt to Geezer, back to Bolt, but Hong steps in front for the steal. Daniel Hong coming down without numbers, fall away short, and Bonder will corral for 16 Black. Olaf quickly up the floor as we have a rapid pace to this one. Bryce Moore, shot fake from 3. Great decision to step in, but can't connect on the 14-foot jumper. Petrulis and Veravalli set to check in for 16 Gray. Antonow bumped by Moore. We're going to call over and back. Mike Springs says over and back, and a little bit of chirping there. Antonow just wants some explanation. Springs will be the one to give it to him. 16 Black with the basketball as Hong and Baydorf check out of the game. Again, it's Petrulis and Veravalli in for 16 Gray. Joining me now, head coach of Fundamental University, the founder, Mike Weinstein. We did the song and dance yesterday. We're going to do it again. This time we're looking at 16 Black against 16 White against 16 Gray. Let's talk about some of the guys that we have on display this evening.
Well, it is the same kind of kids as usual. Good, hardworking academic kids with really good families that want to play and want to learn and want to compete. So we are very fortunate that we have a very deep plethora of good people in our building.
Something that we didn't see last night, just of sheer numbers, you have 3 teams in competition tonight. Talk about the popularity of the program where you're able to field 3 teams who can play at a high level for Fundamental U.
You know, again, it's really good people telling other good people. It's helped us grow. We are amazed by the numbers of people who want to be in the program, considering we don't advertise, but good people are finding each other, and that's unique. And again, another group of kids from all over. If you look at the rosters or where these guys are coming from, and we're just very, very fortunate and lucky what we got going on here.
On the floor right now for 16 Black, you have Niles North, Fenwick, Carmel, Catholic, Libertyville, and Stevenson. For 16 White, Whitney Young, Fremd High School, Warren Township, New Trier Township, and Whitney Young. So you really do have a melting pot of kids coming from all over the place.
Yes, and I love that because I love diversity, and I love kids coming from all different places and different families and come for the common goal, which is to play great basketball. I think that's the greatest thing about our sports world is they can bring so many people from different backgrounds together. And the great thing here is all of our kids treat each other the same and look at each other the same, which is very unique.
Missing a couple pieces to that 16U black puzzle tonight, but the kids that we've seen on the floor, Jamie Qualley with it now, had hit a couple threes early. Bonder inside along with Bolt have looked extremely strong as you see Bonder finish with an easy right hand. A lot of talent up and down the floor. Bryce Moore, Carmel, Rashawn Boss, Evanston. Talk about this group and how special they are.
It's a really good group and a group that really likes each other. And the couple guys that aren't here tonight, Martinelli, Long, and Athletico, a kid who's I've known the family forever. His older brother played for me, who played at NYU, had a great career. And Litskin is a fantastic varsity player who can really shoot it, has a great feel. They all like being around each other. They all want to be around each other. And like I said, we really don't have one set team. All these guys are battling all the time. They understand that at any moment, anyone can play with anyone. They're going to play with 17s. They're going to play with 16s. They're going to play with 15s. There's a reason we give them a unique number, because we want our kids to be interchangeable. And we want to do what's best for the kids. And it's a great situation when you have that many kids that can play. And as you see, we only put 7 guys right now on a squad for this special game nights because we want them playing the whole time. And we plan on continuing this for these guys in our own basketball bubble. We're going to keep going several times a week where we have skill work, teamwork, live work, and then game night where the kids get on different rosters and play against different groups of each other.
We've enjoyed having Fundamental University in the gym at the Athletico Center, looking at a place to call home. Talk about your experience here in the building, and especially nights like last night and tonight where you can bring everybody in the program together and have 5 courts going all at once in a structured setting.
It's well, we're very fortunate. We're fortunate that you guys are in our backyard. We're fortunate that our relationship, that I've known you since you were a kid, and that's how you called me and told me that what was going on. Hey, I'm over here. Take a look at this. And it's kind of ironic that we walk back into my old courts, the Joy of the Game courts that I built and designed, are sitting on in the field house. So it's a great situation. It's a great situation for the people that you have working that have been great with us. We really appreciate, and it's great for our kids to be in a safe, clean environment that is following all the protocols and all the rules, so that we can give these kids a great chance to play, learn, develop, and be in an environment that's positive.
Before we send you off to corral everybody and get them out of here for the night, and we give you the last 10 minutes of action here, you know you're going to get this question, so I'm going to be the first one to put you on the spot. Game 1 tonight finished in a 29-29 tie. How do we finish with a tie?
I love it. I love it's the first tie probably in the history of Athletico basketball. One of my favorite things at the old days when I had Joy of the Game was the sudden death overtime. But we didn't want to take a chance not to get these kids their minutes right now. And it's not about who wins or loses here. It's about competing every possession. It's about getting better and playing the right way. So I don't care about scores. I care about doing things the right way.
We're going to get out of here on time, most importantly. It is a school night. Of course, I say that in jest, but we appreciate Fundamental University being here. We appreciate working with you guys. And I know on behalf of my staff, we appreciate watching good basketball. It's been fantastic to be able to broadcast this live for the past 2 nights.
I've loved it. It's awesome. We're lucky to have a guy like you who's a pro. That was kind of weird.
We'll call that an aggressive layup for Bryce Moore. An aggressive layup for Bryce Moore gives 16 Black a 14-7 lead. Mike, thanks so much for giving us this opportunity.
Appreciate it very much, and we're going to keep going as long as we can for many more years here. Love it.
Mike Weinstein, founder and head coach for Fundamental U, as Baydorf is long on the jumper. 16 Gray trailing 14-7 in our final 10 minutes of the evening. Here's Akash Viravali. He'll give it off to Tarjan on top. Tarjan, right-hand dribble, working on Moore. We thought we would see Showtime dunk from Bryce, but 2 points are 2 points. We'll take it, right? Viravali to Tarjan, right side. Tarjan with the left-hand dribble, trying to get to Hong in the corner. Hong draws Bost. Skip pass on top, Viravali, nice catch. That one was headed right towards our scorer's table. Here's Viravali, backdoor cut, Hong to retreat to the corner. Hong inside, gets 2 in the air. Smart move from Daniel Hong, and his own offensive rebound. Kicks to the corner. No. Petroulis, Viravali, now Hong around the horn. Slow and steady possession. Solid defense from 16 Black there. Tipped out of bounds. It'll stay on this side of the floor. 16 Gray trailing 14-7 with 9 minutes to play in the ballgame. Petrulis picks it up in the backcourt. He'll work on Olaf. Petrulis using the sideline will reverse back to the right side. Moore going for the steal, not going to get it. Hong with options goes to Baydorf. Baydorf passes off right. Hanging right-hander not there for Ethan Baydorf. And back the other way is Bryce Moore for 16 Black. Kick to Rashawn Bost with long range. Bost for three. Rashawn Bost from downtown makes it a 10-point game, 17-7. Bryce Moore to Bost right side. A nice connection for 16 Black and Christian Sotos. Tarjan trying to find Baydorf. That one's going to sail long as we have substitutions on both sides. Geezer checking in, replacing Moore. Antonow and Kolak onto the game, replacing Veravalli and Petrulis. Under 8 minutes to play. Yogi Olaf with the basketball. Olaf, high entry to Qualley. Qualley now running off of a screen from Geezer. 3-ball left wing on the way from Jamie Qualley is short. Kolak gets it. Baydorf now up the floor. Baydorf gives it to Antonow. Antonow making his way from the greater Chicagoland area. Lincoln Park kid, Francis Parker High School. Shane Tarjan a three. That one's long. Bolt, solid rebound, lets Yogi Olaf come to collect. Olaf around the back, through the legs, left side, Qualley. Rayshawn Boss left corner. He'll slow it up. Skip pass, Olaf can hit that, steps into a three. Yogi, 4-3, count it. Olaf makes it 20-7 in favor of 16 Black. Here's Antonow the other way for Gray. Hangs and finds Tarjan, shot fake from three. Tarjan with Qualley on him, gets around, shots no good. Bolt, now here comes Geezer. Geezer with a 3-on-2, gets it to Olaf. He'll set up right side, shot fake, left hand, shimmy and dribble, and Yogi Olaf absolutely pure from downtown on back-to-back possessions. Antonow in trouble trying to find Hong. Boss shading him to his right. Geezer there to pick up the switch. Olaf trying to draw a double. Instead, Rayshawn Boss has it, trying to get it to Bolt. That would have been a dunk, but it was tipped out of bounds from Carlo Kolak. Bonder replaces Qualley. Mullen into the game, replacing Tarjan. Olaf just inside half court. His team leading 23-7. Gets a screen from Bonder. 3 for 3. Yogi not going to go. Good look. Can't connect. Mullen the other way. Splits two. Mullen right hand dribble. He'll retreat. Hong top of the key. Hong left side. Antonow thought about the three for just a moment, and he'll slow things up with 5:45 to play. Bolt with the interception. He'll lead the break at 6-9. Bolt over Kolak. That's going to be a push from Carlo Kolak. And Nathan Bolt to the line shooting two. (23-7) is your score. Nate Bolt looking to add to that lead. First shot is up and pure. Make it 24-7 for the 6'8" big out of Barrington. One more on the way. One more on the scoreboard. Make it 25-7 in favor of Black. Bryce Moore getting set to check back in. You know, we'll go to a quick table side player interview. Bryce, are you going to brick another dunk like you did earlier tonight?
It wasn't really a brick. It just didn't go down all the way like I wanted it to. But I got to sub in.
Well, he's going to sub in. We'll call that an aggressive layup for Bryce. Still 2 points for 16 Black, no matter how you look at it. 4:40 to go as Hong steps to the free throw line, shooting two. First one's good for Daniel Hong, make it 25-8. Moore replaces Bost. Fun group of kids. Both the 17s and 16s we've seen the past two nights. Good kids, fun group of kids. Hong leaves it short. Bonder with the rebound. Olaf quickly the other way looking for Geezer, who's all alone. Geezer left hand for two. David Geezer from Yogi Olaf. Hong with it. Right side, here's Badorf. Badorf on top to Mullen. Mullen a deep three over Yogi Olaf. That one's long. Here comes Bryce Moore. 2-on-2 the other way with Bolt trailing. Yogi Olaf, corner three. Yogi Olaf, corner three. 30-8. Olaf's got 3 triples in the ball game. He's 3 of 4 from downtown on his last 4 touches. Antonow for the answer, no. Rebound, Bolt. Kolak had the steal, was crouching behind somebody as they tried to get up the floor, but couldn't stay in bounds. Subs onto the game, Petrulis, Tarjan, and Veravalli in for 16 Gray. Antonow, Hong, and Badorf will check out. 3:14 to play in this one. It's been all 16 Black, 30-8. Bonder, high left entry. Bonder, taking his time, will go to Olaf inside the circle. Just outside the circle, rather. Olaf with the left hand. Saw that move coming the whole way. Drew the defender, and he drew Bonder in for the tip follow. Chase Bonder for 2. Howard Mullen with it now. Tarjan through the leg dribble. Goes back on top to Mullen. Mullen well undersized against the 6'8 Bolt. Still gets a shot up over the big fella. Can't make it fall. Bonder to Olaf, and Olaf wants to run. Olaf wants to pass. Here comes Bryce Moore. Dipsy-do, up and under. Can't finish. Rebound to Kolak, and here's Veravalli the other way. On top, Tarjan. Loose handle with it. Inside lane. Tarjan, the hanging runner. Front iron, no. Veravalli scrambles for the rebound. Gives it near side. Tarjan into the corner for Mullen. A 3 is long. Olaf the rebound, and now Black wants to run. Here comes Yogi. Yogi's got Bonder underneath. No one's got Bonder, and Bonder's got 2 more. 34-8. Olaf to Bonder for 2. Under 2 to go. Here is Mullen with the basketball. Tarjan, left side, Veravalli. Veravalli to Mullen in the corner. Mullen not shy, takes another one, leaves it short. Bolt the board. We're going to leave this clock running in a 34-8 ball game. Bryce Moore with the handle. High set there, 1-4 high. Bonder entered. Has it just off the three-point line right side. Trying to create space and gives it to Olaf. Now Olaf can hit that. Olaf's deep enough. Instead, he'll go to Bolt. Bolt, top of the key, left side, Geezer. Geezer getting caught. Back to Olaf. Dangerous pass, but Bonder's there. Trying to look for Moore, who can't bring it in off the fingertips and out of bounds with under 1 minute to play in this ballgame. Kolak crossing up Bolt. Bolt beats him to the baseline. Skip on top to Veravalli, who will drive right side. Veravalli hangs, can't hit. Bolt the board. Now Olaf. Olaf to Bryce Moore. Bryce with the easy catch and lay-in. 36-8, and at that point, we're going to go ahead and call this one. No, we are going to finish out the final 30 seconds. We'll finish out the final 30. Strong showing in game number 3 from 16 Black, and here comes Moore to put the exclamation point on it with the windmill. That time, he certainly didn't choke on the dunk, and I'm sure I'm going to be hearing about it at the end of the night. Bryce Moore with the windmill cherry on top before Howard Mullen sinks a deep 3 to end this one. 38-11, your final. 38-11, Bryce Moore with the acrobatics and the cherry on top of the sundae at the end of the ball game. Beautiful right-hand windmill finish. Thanks so much for joining us. No post-game needed. 3 games in, 3 games done. To everybody streaming and watching along at home, please stay safe and stay healthy. We will see you soon from the Athletico Center. On behalf of my staff, a big thank you to Keith Wickless, Matthew Brocato, Carlos Padilla, Ryan Garrigus, Alejandra Abarca, and everybody that was in helping us out tonight. Thanks to Seth Pote from Chicagoland Prep Hoops. Our referees this evening, Mike Springs and Bryant Brown, and of course to Mike Weinstein, founder of the Fundamental University program. I'm Andrew Braverman. This is the Athletico Center. Come on and visit us soon. Stay healthy.